Hey, this is Tom with Doing It on Purpose. And it's pretty cool, man. My glasses. Ha! I'm tired. It's late. It's really late. Man alive. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. By the time this thing posts, it's going to be closer to 2, maybe 3. And then by the time it ends up on the other channels, it's going to be closer to the afternoon. I've been challenged to do a 9-day challenge, which means I post daily. I had a lot going on today. It really was. First and foremost, as I stated, I'm disabled, and it's hard for me to get around and get up and get going. Today was a relatively hard day, long and exhausting, but it was hard. After I posted my video last night, just after I posted, my daughter was taken to the hospital because she was throwing up. Drove down to the hospital, met my daughter and her mom at the hospital. She has Lyme disease, and it just was just a complication from her medication that she's on. So they gave her some medication to calm her stomach down and sent her home. It wasn't that bad. It was, the fact that, the hospital only allows one person in the ER, because it happened during her mother's time. Her mother got to bring my daughter, or our daughter, into the ER. So I sat in my car and waited. And my God, it was cold last night. It was like 17 degrees. 17 degrees. Okay, well, for many of you, it's like, oh, okay, well, it wasn't bad. Well, man, I'll tell you what. One of the things I realized I have to do with my SUV is I have to get it. I have to get the fan replaced. They're called blower motors. I gotta get 2 of them replaced, the one in the back and the one in the front. Because neither one's blowing any air sufficiently to send out the what's it called? To send the heat out or the cold air out. It produces cold air, it just doesn't push any air out. So yeah, it's an issue with the blower motor. So that's something I'm gonna have to address. And for some reason, the microphone is still not picking me up like it should. So let's see if we can adjust the gain just there. Hopefully. Or we'll adjust the... there. Oh, whoa. Just blew the heads out. Okay, there we go. Alright, that should fix it. So, let's see. We'll increase the volume just a little bit more. Okay. And so, I'm just sitting there and, waiting in the cold. And as, and eventually the vehicle warms up, but after 20 minutes, this is a very fast hospital. It's just an emergency room. It's nothing more, nothing less. There's no admitting patients. If a patient needs to be admitted, they put them on an ambulance and send them to another hospital. It is literally an emergency room. They have a partnership with a facility next door, attached to the same building. That does all the imaging and tests. But yeah, it's just an emergency room. The pharmacy, and they have a little pharmacy there. But that's about it. Not much. So, so I'm sitting in the car and I'm sitting in the cold. My back is just getting worse and worse and worse. And, my daughter comes up. I'm happy to see her. Of course, I get on my truck and it's not a truck. It's a sport utility vehicle. It's an old Explorer, but it's easy to get in and out of. It's designed like the Ford Ranger. About the same height. It's not like a giant F-150 or a or its counterpart, the Ford Expedition, or even worse, the Excursion. Trying to get in and out of those things. It's an Explorer. Step up and you're in. It's basically sit in. It doesn't sit too high. Anyway, so I get out, get my cane, I go over to my daughter, see how she's doing, give her a hug, and and her mom gives me the update, and it is what it is. Get home. I get home and I get in the door. I'm still in pain. Go lay down for a little while. And I finally fall asleep, probably like 6 o'clock in the morning. And I sleep for a few hours, wake up, and I've been up ever since. It's just my my routine. It's a mess because I can't sleep because of the pain. So I fall asleep when the pain finally um, exhausts me to the point of exhaustion, I guess. But anyway, people say to me, "Oh, well, why don't you take Advil? Why don't you take this? Why don't you take that? Why aren't they putting you on stronger medications? Why don't they do this? Why don't they do that?" Well, bottom line is, it's a waiting game. And I'm not going to take medication. I'm not going to put more crap in my body than I have to. I'm a big guy. As you can tell with me sitting here, I'm a big guy. Um, so I'm on blood pressure medication, and that's why I take my blood pressure meds. I don't have diabetes. I don't have, other issues. I just have several herniated discs from a job-related injury. And it's just a matter of going through the process to figure out what to do with it. Let's see, what else was I going to talk about? And I've been working on building my credit. Now, part of the thing about working on building credit is, you have setbacks and you have life that gets in the way, but I've been working pretty hard at it. I found it pretty funny today, though, because I don't use a debit card. I have one, but I don't use it. I use my I use my bank account to pay my credit cards, and then I live off my credit cards for the month, and then the next month I pay the credit cards off, and I live off the credit cards. So I had something funny happen today. I mean, it was extremely hilarious. I'm it was just funny. I showed a teaser earlier. Yeah, it was a pretty funny teaser too. It was basically the what's it called? I don't remember what it's called. Oh my gosh. I am so tired. I can't remember half the things I was talking about, but it's okay. It was oh crud. It's not going to be there. You know what? I'll just pull it up on. It's going to take me a few moments because I got to pull this thing up, but it's going to get pulled up. And we're going to pull it up. Microphone, why do you got to behave like this? Okay, so we're going to pull it up, and we're going to see what we can do about pulling it up. Give me a few moments. There we go. And we're going to look at my previous posts from Doing It On Purpose. There you go. I posted it today. So we'll just bring it up real quick and I'll share it with y'all. I think it's cooler than anything. There you go. Perfect. Yes, that's a good photo. And then we'll just go back to this system and then we'll go into desktop share. And there we are. Okay, you see here, my current balance is a negative $20.88. So what I did was I paid the bill off. So I have a zero balance. My Valvo credit's totally maxed out. It's zero balance. And then a refund came through. And when the refund came through, I ended up in the negative. I found that hilarious. I'd never seen that before. Usually, my credit cards were all maxed out and my credit score was like 480 last year. I mean, it was really bad. Really, really bad. And so, now I'm building up and I have, a couple of credit cards that I use throughout the month. And then, the bill comes in, I pay it off, and, let it, and then I use the card again. A few days later, I use the card again. Well, this is something I've never seen before. And I never thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to see this. This is so cool. I mean, it's like, what can I say? I've never seen this before. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. I mean, I'm 40 years old, okay? Credit makes me happy for some reason. Probably because it gives, once it's built up, it gives me the ability to purchase a home or something. So I can go into complete detail with that piece too. Oh my gosh, why did I do that? I didn't want to do that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're going to go back to the webcam view. Boing! And here we are. I'm back again. Yay! So, yeah, I'm going to talk about a little bit about my journey in building my credit because I do things a little differently than other people. I mean, I follow advice from all these others. But the one thing is, there are some people that say, pay everything in cash. Don't use a credit card, pay everything in cash. Well, you pay everything in cash, you're not building credit. You have to use your credit. Now, a debit card, you use your debit card, you're going to have a hard time fighting those those charges when you do a chargeback or something else. Credit card companies give you I'm going to call it a lifeline. Okay, so if your credit card was stolen and you have an unauthorized charge on your card, they will immediately take the charge off the card and challenge the vendor for the for the purchase. And now, as the credit card customer, I have my money back, and I have that protection. I'm not going to see that charge back on my card again. But on the flip side is the vendor, if they're able to prove, hey, I've done my checks, I've done what I was supposed to do, I provided the service, they have everything. After going through the review process, as long as they follow, they do everything they have to do. It's a pain in the rear end. Believe me, it's a pain in the rear end. Because I won, let's see, out of 20 years, I had 10 chargebacks, and I won 9 out of the 10. And I just provided them with an overload of information. I mean, I just overloaded them. And because I overloaded them, they ended up with, they basically said, okay, well, this company gave this customer everything that they were supposed to. They followed the contract. They did all their due diligence, and the charge was eventually listed as a what's what I'm looking for? I won the chargeback. I've done that on several occasions. One time a customer filed a chargeback. Didn't realize they filed the chargeback. That it was me. And I explained to them, that it was me. Like, oh my, we're really sorry about that. Let's go ahead and we'll take care of that. And so they gave me their credit card again, processed it, and they put a sticky note on their monitor. So they wouldn't perform another chargeback. I mean, I've had that instance too. Yeah, chargebacks are part of doing business, and I'd rather collect credit cards over checks or cash. Well, cash, I love cash. Cash is king. But checks, I hate checks. Oh, checks are the worst. I mean, now it's not so bad, but in the past it was, it was take the check, bring it to the bank, process the check, wait for it to clear. So basically, you provide the services, you spent the money on the parts and the components, and now you have to wait for the money to clear from the check. Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, well, I've done all the work, I've done everything that has to be done. Now I gotta wait a week to 10 days. We're talking about business days. We're talking about 5 days. 5 days here, 7 days here, or whatever. We're not talking about that. We're talking about 10 business days. And so you're basically stuck twiddling your thumbs for half a month waiting to get paid. I hated it. Oh my gosh, I hate it. It was the most annoying part of the business. I mean, I hated it so much I actually charged extra for accepting checks. I call it a check processing fee. I'd rather take credit cards, debit cards, cash, Bitcoin, whatever you do. Don't give me a check. I'm like, you want to give me a check? Fine, you're paying for it. And if that thing bounces, well, you're paying me the maximum allowed by law to pay me for the bounce check fee and the whatever other fee I got to cover because you're wasting my time. So definitely, I charge more for checks. I never like checks. Oh, I still don't like checks. Now we got Venmo. we have we have what's the other one? That other oh wow, I forgot what it's called. What's that thing called? It's not Venmo, it's oh my gosh, I forget what it's called now. It is called Oh, I hate you. No. That's not what it's called. It's not called I hate you, but it's darn near well close to I hate you right now because I can't remember what it's called. Uh let's see. Do I have the separate app? Oh my. Oh my. I don't remember what it's called. This is like pure randomness now because I don't remember exactly what I was talking about. That's okay. The app. What's the app called? What's the app called? Uh, hmm. Do I remember? No. Nope. Don't remember to save my life. Don't remember the name of the app. I don't know why I don't remember the name of the app, but I don't remember the name of the app. And it's pretty darn sad I don't remember the name of the app. But I will tell you, something does remember the name of the app. And I'm going to it now to see what the name of the app is. Because I can't remember the name of the app. Zelle. Good old Zelle. Yes, I like Zelle too. Zelle's instant. I love Zelle. Zelle is my baby. Okay, so anyway, there's Zelle, there's PayPal, there's Venmo, there's Bitcoin, there's Ethereum, there is a slew of other cryptos that I won't take, but Bitcoin, Ethereum, I will. There's also credit cards. I love credit cards. I love debit cards. I love cash, so I love cash. Cash. But yeah, I will have to say, checks. Checks annoy me. They annoy me like you can't believe. Checks. You want me to work on your computers? You want me to do work for you? Checks. You want me to hate you? Checks. I'll take them. I'll tell you. Listen, there's a check processing fee, and it's like 60% of the bill. Because I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, oh, I'm considering making 80%. I hate the checks. The downtime, the extra time that it costs. There's all these costs associated to them. You're better off giving me your debit card. I'll process the debit card. Got a credit card? I'll process that too. Not the check. Ooh, no. No way. I'm not doing the check. No. Oh, man. And now I'm in real estate. And guess what I got to deal with? Checks! Oh, checks. Oh, boy. I can't, no. I can't do this with straight face. It's like, really? The joke's on me. you know, I mean, checks. So all these years I've been doing things and I've been, charging more for checks. Now I can't charge more for checks, but the commission check isn't going to bounce. It's something I'm not really too worried about is commission check bouncing because, it's coming from a, from a sale, and it's coming from, ultimately it's coming from a big brokerage. So I'm not worried about a commission check bouncing. What I am worried about is finding customers because like today, I was talking about pain. Today I planned on going out and going to different strip malls and offering services, and scares me. It really scares me. I mean, how am I supposed to represent my clients if if I have difficulty getting out of bed? You know, um, I have that concern. I mean, I'd have to probably, you know, uh, conduct a lot of the services, virtually and remotely, and doing virtual sign docs. Um, and then when I have to, like, get a contract signed, I will force myself out of bed and drag myself down and get it done. I mean, there's nothing else I can do except for force myself to do it and then cry about it later. Yeah. Uh, but that's one of the things that does scare me with real estate is not being able to provide for my clients. Which is the main reason I haven't really jumped and really run with the real estate license, because I'm scared. I am literally scared that I'm not going to be able to perform. So by myself trying to figure it out. I think I'm gonna have to talk to my broker of record and have a conversation with him and see what I can do, uh, so I'm able to succeed. Um, I mean, so basically, what might end up happening is I'll be able to get the I mean, I'm not the broker of record, so basically, I'm a salesman. So what I do is I get the properties under contract, and then if I'm not able to fulfill, I can contact another agent, and they can do it for me. I just thought about this. I mean, it's a split on commissions or whatever. I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter to me. I mean, I'm gonna land under contract. And that's and that's the key. I'll have the properties under contract for property management, and then my coworkers can help me out, and commission splits and stuff. I mean, why didn't I think about this before? No. So anyway, so today, I plan on going down and talking to some owners of strip malls to manage their properties, or not owners, but the tenants, to find out who the owners were, to offer our services. Um, so hopefully tomorrow I can get something done. Now, if not, I mean, I consider it one day at a time. You know, Getting out of bed for me is a win. It's a success. If you see the green screen up behind me, that means I made it out of bed today. So I mean, I got to win. You know, uh, and that's the thing. I mean, I'm looking at the small chunks and I'm saying this is a win. This is a win. This is a win. I have to look at it that way, because if I don't, I'm going to feel like I'm losing. And I can't feel like I'm losing, because, it is what it is. It's how life is. Let's see, what else is there? I discovered that my mentor's son called me today and told me, my youth mentor, mentor for my youth, passed away. It was shocking. I mean, I knew the gentleman was fairly up there in age. He had some pretty bad health issues. But his passing kind of has me thinking about things. I mean, it's like, he taught me a lot of what I know in IT. The skills I learned from his little computer store, I still utilize today. I mean, there's so much I learned. You know, so much. I can't even begin to explain it all. But the one thing I learned was never ever let a computer beat me. I'll always win at the with the fight with the computer. And that's what I consider it a battle. When I go in and work on a computer, it's a battle. It's a battle between me and the PC, and I'm going to win. I'll figure out what's wrong with it and I'll fix it. And I do. Most of the time, I walk out, look at a computer, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to figure it out. And I do. I mean, I just get there and I just figure it out and I solve the problem and I walk away. Then people say, "Oh, how'd you do?" I don't know. I did it. Well, you can't tell me. No. You move so fast. Yeah. Do you know what you're doing? No, I just click. But the fact of the matter is, I mean, I know where to look. I know what I'm looking. I know. So if the computer's behaving a certain way, I mean, I know where to look. I know what I'm looking for. It's just a matter of digging in and figuring out what I need to get from the computer to fix the issue. And then once I fix the issue, I literally forget what I did. So it's like, oh no, I don't know what I did. I don't remember what I did. I don't remember the, I mean, I fix it, I forget about it. It's like, it's okay, problem solved. Ding, on to the next thing. I'm not going to remember what I did. I moved too fast, and it's not in my short-term memory. My short-term memory lasts maybe 3 minutes. Short-term memory, done, gone, out of there. If I don't need the information anymore, it goes away. Poof. Me, a person, they have no. I have no interest in what they're, what they're doing, whatever. I'll forget about them. I'll forget I had the conversation with them. I'll forget they exist. If I'm having a conversation with somebody and I'm not finding it mentally stimulating, I'll forget we had the conversation. I don't forget I even talked to them. Because the conversation didn't mean anything to me. It meant something to them, I guess. I mean, but it didn't mean anything. It didn't stimulate my brain enough for my brain to say, hey, I'm going to remember this. No, it said, yeah, good luck, buddy. I don't remember who you are. I'm going to remember this conversation. I'm going to remember. You think I'm going to remember meeting you? Better luck next time, pal. Oh, what's that? Oh, you expect to remember you? Why? What would we talk about? Yeah, I have no interest in what you were talking about. I'm just being polite. You're lucky I'm being polite. I could tell you, hey, listen, I don't understand a damn thing you're saying to me. I don't care about what you're saying to me. And as far as I'm concerned, you're full of shit, so I forgot who you are. Yeah. I mean, I've learned to hide that too. They introduce themselves. I'm like already like, okay, well, what does this guy want from me? And I forgot their name. And then when I find out some kind of a sales spiel, I'm like, okay, just nod and grin. Oh, by the way, here's my card. If you have any real estate issues, give me, and any real estate needs, give me a call. Yeah. Deer in headlights, no idea what the hell's going on. None. 5 minutes later, conversation's forgotten. And then of course my kid said, "Hey, Dad, who's that guy you're talking to?" What guy? Dad, really? What? You don't remember the guy you're talking to? What guy was I talking to? I wasn't talking to any guy. We were walking down the boardwalk or something. I don't know. What do you want me to remember? Dad, you were just talking to that guy. No, I wasn't. Yes, conversations, they're fun. Because but Dad, you remember everything that we talk about? Yeah, you're important. My kids have no idea how important they are to me because I remember everything from them, but I can't remember conversation I had with some guy I just met. Don't even know if I don't remember the guy or a girl or whatever. Don't even know if I actually met him. Who the hell knows? Ain't got a freaking clue. Well, shit. It's like, who's this person? I don't know. I have no idea. No idea. It's like they just disappeared. They don't exist anymore. They're out of my world. I like that one, huh? Shit. Oh, look, a butterfly. Damn butterfly. Shit, I'll remember the butterfly more than I'll remember the damn conversation I had with that person over there. Did I even meet him? See, there's the question. Did I even meet him? I don't know. Do you know? Oh man. But what's funny is I remember what I read. Especially if it's something that interests me. I mean, I was really hitting those books with the real estate paper, for from real estate school, and and tell you because it was online, I recorded everything. And the reason I recorded the class because the teacher, I couldn't concentrate what the teacher was saying; it was going way too slow. So what I did was I recorded, did whatever I had to do, came back, played the recordings 2x, and I was able to get all the material I needed, and I was able to pass the test with no issues. I mean, I don't know what my score was. It didn't tell me what my score was. It just ended in the middle of the damn because it was like, yeah, congratulations, you passed. Really? Well, you're not gonna let me finish? It's like it was like my CDL, my driver's test and my CDL exams. As soon as you get good enough points, it just ends it. It's like, okay, well, I guess I did good. I mean, they gave me 4 hours. I finished in less than 2, so I'm assuming I did pretty well. Oh man, was I stressing about it? No. Did I feel confident when I walked in there? Yeah. When I walked in, I'm like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I mean, finally remembered what a furlong and a chain was, and what an acre was. Yeah, that was my biggest issue. Was what the hell's an acre? How long is an acre? What's an acre size? Um, yeah, it's something like so many furlongs, so many chains. Don't ask me what a chain or furlong is. I can't remember. But I will tell you is though an acre is as far as a cow or as a whatever can plow in one day. That's what an acre is. Yep, it's the distance you can plow in one day, not in a tractor, but with an ox. Yep. Useless information. Oh no, it's not useless. How to know that for the real estate exam? Yes, yes. We talk about all sorts of weird things in real estate school. Yeah, chains, furlongs, and acres. Oh man, yeah. So, means if an acre squared, that means no, 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 no. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that. No, no, no. No, we're not playing games in the head. Not right now. We're not playing head games. Uh, Boy, the head's like, oh, I want to play games. We're gonna play with numbers. Oh, look, numbers. I like numbers. We're just gonna make numbers up just to play with numbers. It's like the damn spelling games I used to play in my head when I was in school. Everything the teacher would say, I would spell in my head constantly. Teacher would say alphabet, and in my head I'd go a alphabet. Well, shit, I can't remember how to spell alphabet now. But then I did. I mean, shit. My brain just remembered all sorts of stuff. Yeah, it looks like my eyes are kind of cockeyed. There we go. Now they look a little better because I'm looking at the screen. I'm not really looking at the camera. I'm looking at the screen. If I look at the camera, it might look better. Ha! Yeah, look at that. I don't even know what my screen looks like now because I can't see because I'm looking at the camera. Hello, camera. I'm looking at the screen. I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at the screen. I'm looking at the camera. Maybe it might help if I put the camera on top of the screen. Hmm. Hmm. We'll try that tomorrow. Because, I mean, right now, the camera is in a perfect position right here. Right in front of my face. The issue is the screen is kind of catty-cornered to the camera. And you guys, well, why is the screen up here? Well, that's because below the camera are 2 monitors for my main computer. I have a computer that I do all my recording on, and I have the computer I do all my work on. Yeah, so I'm able to do cool things like I did with that photo, and show you that photo because I had to switch to my other computer. My main computer shared the screen because I do screen capture and stuff. I mean, there is a method to my crazy madness. And Charlie's just sitting there like, oh, I'm a cat. I'm just gonna lay down here because I follow this fat guy all over the house. Wow, I talked about a lot of nothing tonight. A lot of nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I really hope you all had a lot of laughs at my own expense. Yeah, come to think of it, do I remember what I was talking about? I remember what I was doing. Heh, yeah, I don't know if I remember. Hair down. Hair down. There we go. I look like Santa, don't I? Ho, ho, ho! Yeah. You know, all my dark beard is going away. Turning silver. I'm only 40. I'm turning silver. Look at this. It's all silver. Wow. You know when I say I want old people candy. I mean, I'm serious. I want old people candy. Hi, Charlie. Charlie's like, yeah, will you get out of here already? Well, maybe. I mean, I like sitting here at the camera, just talking to the camera. I really do. Yeah, I mean, it's therapeutic for the most part. Then there's days I just don't know what to talk about. And then there's some days I can talk like diarrhea on the mouth and just talk nonstop. Mostly because my leg's numb. Seriously, it's numb. I put my hand on it. My hands get nice and hot. The space heater's off, so that means I have cold air coming in, and it's nice and cold by my legs. But I'm gonna tell you, my legs on my leg is hotter than anything. It generates its own heat, and it's numb, and it's not responding right now. So whatever, it is what it is. So my right leg is doing all the work. My left leg is just there, like, ha ha ha. Yeah, I'll respond eventually. You can respond when you feel like it. I'm not gonna fight you. Now, there was something else that someone was talking about earlier today. I don't remember what, though. What were they talking about? There was a video that I saw today. And the only reason I remember this video, this specific video, is because the content creator is a fellow truck driver. And he's new at creating videos. So, I'm paying more attention to his videos than most other videos because he's a fellow truck driver and he's new to content creation, and he's also a fellow computer geek and a fellow Star Wars nerd. I mean, there's only a handful of people that drive trucks, like computers, like Star Wars. So yeah, I mean, there's only a handful of them. A lot of a lot of truck drivers. They're about the money. They're all about that money. I'll tell you, I was all about that money when I was driving a truck. Oh man, I miss driving that truck. The best thing in my life was being on the road, going, coming down the mountain on 15 as I'm coming. Wait, was that 15 or was that 10? No, that was 15. Coming down the mountain on 15, and as I'm coming down the mountain, the lights of Vegas just come up. I mean, that was a sight that I enjoyed every night I went through. I went through Vegas two times a month, sometimes 3 times a month. And I enjoyed that view every time I went through. And then I would take 10. And so I take 15 through Vegas into Ontario, California. Leave Ontario, California. And usually pick up a load from Ontario and take that load into Arkansas and take 10 across. Oh, excuse me. So I had so then I get into Arkansas. They give me a load into Illinois. Jump into Cordova, Illinois. Pick up is it Cordova? Yeah, I think it was Cordova. Pick up Cordova, Illinois. Pick up a load. Take it back out to Ontario. Drop off on Ontario. Go back and do that circuit over and over and over and over again for like 3 or 4 months. And then they give me a load back east. Go home for a week. And go back out. And do that circle all over again for 4 months. They once sent me they once gave me a load to pick up in Pennsylvania. Travel straight across the country into into Los Angeles. Go to our yard in LA. Drop the trailer. Pick up an empty. Go into Arkansas, and then continue on my loop. And then I ended back up on that loop too. I mean, they just wanted me out west. They liked me on that route. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna spend time out there. forget about him. We just keep him on that loop. He's one of the few hazmat drivers we got in the company, so we got to keep him on this loop. Yeah, they only had like 5 or 6 drivers. But I don't like 500 drivers. Had like 5 or 6, maybe 10 of us with hazmats, because all the other drivers like, oh well, I don't need a hazmat. I'm like, yeah, well, what were you doing last week? Oh, I was sitting. Oh, you were sitting, huh? I wasn't sitting. I was driving. Well, the hazmat's not worth it. Why is it not worth it? Well, because only an extra $25 a load. I'm like, yeah, but were you sitting or were you driving? I was sitting. Yeah, well, I was driving. They gave me a flipping multi-100-mile deadhead to pick up a load to pick up a hazmat load because they had no body. What was your furthest deadhead? Oh, about 60, 70 miles. Yeah, well, yeah, my deadheads are much longer. I get paid for those deadhead miles just like you do. You get paid for doing those hazmat runs too, because you're always running because they need hazmat drivers and no one's to do hazmat. It's easy stuff. You do a couple of extra things and you're good to go. I mean, yeah, gonna gotta get fingerprinted. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. What would you rather do? Sit or get paid? I'd rather get paid. Every time the wheels aren't running, I'm not getting paid. Those wheels need to be running. So the extra $85 for the hazmat, the extra $125 for my TWIC. Didn't use my TWIC on with that company though, but the TWIC came in handy when I switched companies. But that company, the TWIC, the hazmat. The hazmat was key. I had the hazmat. I had the was the hazmat, the tanker, because everything I carried was liquid. Was more than 5,000 pounds of liquid. Carried a lot of liquid. I carried a lot of liquid across that country. I was in it. It was a bot. It was a it was a van, but van being a trailer. An enclosed trailer. They're called vans. And most of them are reefers. A reefer is a van with a refrigerated unit attached to the front of it. To keep it cold. So I mostly, so the company mostly had what are they called? Reefer units. So they put this liquid in, so they put these huge vats of liquid in my truck. It's required the hazmat. Sorry, that required both tanker and hazmat. I think you paid extra for the tanker. I paid extra for the hazmat though. When you're hauling beer, for instance, you'd have a tanker endorsement because you have all that liquid in the trailer. Liquid makes a difference. Let's see what else. I talk quite a bit. I don't know what it is with me. I come on in here, want to create like a 2-3 minute video, and I create a dang blasted movie. 45 minutes of me entertaining you with useless information. Yes. 45 minutes. You know what? Enjoy. Hey, don't forget to click on like and subscribe. Thank you for visiting